Good morning, besties, and welcome back to the Best of Yvonne podcast. First of all, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up here every day with your bestie to make the best out of your life. Today's episode is episode 5, where we talk about embracing your unique power. And our last episode, episode 4, we overcame some fears, some self-doubt. So let's get into it. Today, I want to share a story with you about embracing your unique you. So imagine for a minute that each and every one of us is a unique piece to this beautiful grand puzzle. Now, oftentimes we find ourselves trying to be like another puzzle piece. But this is the thing. Two puzzle pieces the exact same size, color, shape, it just doesn't work for the overall puzzle. You are unique, specific to you. There is no other one like you in this lifetime. So embrace it, sis. Step fully into your version, unapologetically you. Live full out, live with your big, bold, beautiful energy. That is you, your essence that makes up you just as you are. So I'm going to share a little story with you. My beautiful mother, she was about 27, where she met this man out one night, and the heat, the sparks, whatever, it all happened. And sure enough, I was conceived. Now, she never saw this man again in her life. So call it what you want, a one night stand, whatever you want to call it. But that's my story. That's where I came from. And for the first, albeit 40 years of my life, I was labeled a mistake. I was my mother's mistake. And I heard that growing up my whole entire life. And if you've listened to some of our past episodes, remember those labels that weigh us down, that burden us, that shadow our true identity, that keep us from living our fullest, beautiful version? Well, as you can imagine, that was my label. And it took a lot of work, a lot of painful, hard work to get that label off me. And now I can tell you, I love myself. I think I'm amazing. I recognize my puzzle piece in this grand world, this big, beautiful world, and my unique piece where it fits. And that's my power. My power is my big, bold voice, my life's experience that I get to share with you here. And I do believe that we go through all that we go through so that we can share our mess and turn it into our message and help others. And I do believe that we're all in it together. We're all sent here as naked little babies, screaming after we take that first breath of air. And we are just put out into this world to figure it out with the parents or the people around us doing their very best to bring us up into the best that they can. So, what labels do you have today that are keeping you held back, that are keeping you from embracing your unique power, from living the life by design, as we mentioned before? Because I guarantee you there's something you're still harboring, that you're still holding on, that is extremely painful to face. But that's the only way we can move on, is by going inward, being brave, and being willing to dig up those past limiting beliefs, those past labels, those past things that have kept us from fitting into the full grand puzzle. So, another story I want to share with you is one of my beautiful coaching clients. She, the same thing, was overweight, close to 300 pounds, and became those labels of that excess weight, the shame that I'm not good enough. And how can anyone expect to live into that unique power of what they were designed to be and that full potential that they were designed to live into if they're carrying around shame, guilt, not enough, not worthy, not equal to? And As you can imagine, the self-talk running through her head every day as she stepped in front of the mirror. You guys, life is meant to be beautiful. We are meant to be our big, bold, beautiful self without shame, without guilt, without resentment, without anger, without bitterness. Those are just low vibration frequencies that keep us from living our best life. And I asked her on our last coaching call, what was it in you that got you to make the change? Because generally, we know what we need to do, but if what we know we need to do doesn't work, if we can't create a plan and a strategy around actually making the change and creating a new lifestyle that we can adopt the change and live with that, then we're going to keep falling into these patterns. And with those patterns generally comes self-sabotage. With those patterns becomes limiting beliefs and this self-talk or this self-dialogue that doesn't serve us and doesn't help us shed the labels. And so she said to me that she was just tired. She was tired of living this way. She was tired of looking this way. She was tired of feeling this way. And oftentimes we have to hit rock bottom, or we have to get to the point where enough is enough. And there's two things that will generally help you change. And it's actually two things that spur the change. It's either pain or it's pleasure. And oftentimes it's pain. You have to get so uncomfortable. You have to get so real with yourself. You have to get so fed up that you're like, enough is enough. And I'm not doing this anymore. I'm changing my life. I'm shedding this weight. I'm shedding these limiting beliefs. I'm getting out of this relationship that is suffocating me. And you just have to take action. Take one step in front of the other. But you have something unique about you. I didn't know that my uniqueness was sharing my story, sharing my dirty laundry, sharing my message, sharing the pains of the past. I have been through so much, it's almost unfathomable. But I'm sure you have as well. I'm sure you've been through a lot of painful things. And maybe you're still there today. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you don't know what that next step is. And oftentimes, this is what my coaching clients tell me. Yvonne, I don't even know what to do. I'm just holding on. I'm just trying to get the last breath of air before I go under, before I sink. So if you've fallen out of the boat and you don't have a life jacket and you don't have a buoy, you don't have anything, and you're just trying to tread water, you're just trying to catch that breath, remember, your life matters. You were sent here for a reason. You were sent here on purpose. Not one of us is here by accident. Now, me being the product of a one night stand, I might have been my mom's accident or my mom's mistake or a decision that was poorly made. But that doesn't mean that I am an accident. That doesn't mean that I am a mistake. That doesn't mean that I have no right to be here. Since I made the decision to believe that my life mattered and that my purpose mattered, I promise you, I fit so nicely into the grand puzzle. And when I fit myself into that grand puzzle, I begin to change lives with my story. I began to change lives with the labels that I removed by sharing them with others, who I used to be, the beliefs I used to have. And now that I'm stepping into this new life, I have impact, I have purpose, I have intention. And I promise you, if you find your unique power, what makes you you, and you start sharing it with the world, you start fitting yourself into the grand puzzle of life, I promise lives will be changed. Opportunities will come. Abundance will flow to you. That love that you've been seeking, it's there for you. All of it. But you have to let go of those jagged edges or those labels that are keeping you from fitting into the right piece of the grand puzzle. And you have to let go of trying to be somebody else, trying to be something else. You are enough as you are. You came into this world enough. You came into this world loved. You came into this world with opportunity, with abundance. You came into this world unique. No one else can be like you. And you have something very special to offer the world. And if you have fallen out of the boat and you can't find it and you don't know what it is, that's why I'm here. I am your bestie through it all. I am the one in the boat, reaching out to you with a life jacket, with a buoy, reaching back and pulling you up and saying, sis, I get it. I've been there. I've been in the treading water. I've been in the dark storm. I've been there. And I'm here to reach you up and pull you back in. I have the skills and the tools that I've learned by being there in the deep seas, in the deep water. And I'm going to pull you into this boat and I'm going to help you. I'm going to first warm you up. I'm going to embrace you in my fold, in my arms, and I'm going to love you. And I'm going to look you in the eyes and say, sis, you can do this. Sis, you're safe. I've got you. I'm here with you. And I'm going to get you to shore. I'm going to get you safely back to where you want to be and where you came from and where you're meant to be, so that you can dry off, change your clothes, and step in to this beautiful version of who you're meant to be. Okay? So that's what the Best of Yvonne podcast is all about. It's a community of like-minded women who empower and inspire and love one another. It's women that have been through the storms, that have been knocked out of the boat, that have been overboard, treading water, trying to figure it out, trying to find that sis that's in the boat that's going to reach down and pull you in. Okay, this is where we come together. This is where we join forces, join arms, and support each other and love each other and shed the labels, shed the false pretenses, shed the judgments on ourselves and on one another. So you aren't aware of your own labels, your own limiting beliefs. You first need to become self-aware. That's the first step in this process. And as you know, your big bossy sis is going to tell you, pull out a sheet of paper, get a pen, because putting pen to paper is powerful. Sit and reflect and observe the thoughts that are running through your head. They are not your thoughts. They are thoughts of the ether. They're thoughts of the conscious mind. We all share the same thoughts, but the key is to let them pass by like a drifting cloud in the sky. Don't claim them. Don't own them. Don't add them as another label to yourself. Let them pass by you. They don't belong to you. And as we mentioned in the past episode, you can scratch those limiting beliefs. You can scratch that record that's in your head. You can scratch that self chatter, that self dialogue. And anytime you can create a whole new dialogue. You can start with words of affirmation in the morning. Write little messages on your mirror that you can look at every day as a reminder to step into your power, into your uniqueness, to be bold, to use your voice, and to remind yourself that your life matters, that you matter, and that you're not going to accept the judgments of others or the perceptions of others, okay? Like, find you, know who you are, step into who you want to become, and to know that your unique piece is designed specifically to go right in the center of that grand puzzle. So whether you're a coaching client of mine, whether you're a bestie through Instagram, whether you're a podcast listener here at the Best of Yvonne podcast, you are my people. You found this podcast for a reason. You found it because there's something here that rings true to you. Don't ignore it. It's a God wink. Think of it as your spirit guide sending you here for a reason. And may I be the teacher that you've been looking for. because people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I believe the universe is always sending us messages, sending us synchronicities, sending us deja vu experiences. There's a reason you're here today listening to this message. So, what is it you need to hear? Do you need to get back in the boat? Do you need to find your unique power? Maybe it was something as a child that people told you, quit talking so much. You're so loud. You're so hyper. You're so this. You're so that. That's your uniqueness. Embrace it. Don't apologize for it. Embrace it. Step into it. Be curious about it. And how can you use it to serve the world? How can you use it to add value to others? And how can you use it to monetize? If you're looking for another stream of revenue, there's nothing wrong with sharing your gifts and monetizing from it. You know me. I'm your big bossy sis, your bestie. I want your life to be abundant. I want you to be laying by your pool if that's what you want to do. I want you to have so much money that you don't know what to do with it. So you just share it with everyone. You give it away. You contribute to the big puzzle, right? The piece next to you needs you. The piece behind you needs you. Every piece in this puzzle needs you to step into the piece because we are one. We are one consciousness. We are one having this worldly experience. We can't do it alone. There's no way. God would have put you on this earth by yourself if that were the case, but it's not. You're surrounded by people every single day that need you, that need your unique power. I promise you, today you have the opportunity to change someone's life. You have the opportunity to save someone's life. You have the opportunity to empower someone's life. You can be a friend. You can listen. You can be a neighbor. You can serve. There's so much goodness in this world. And there's so many individuals out of the boat. We all need to reach back and pull them in. It is our responsibility. We are humanity. We need to serve humanity, love humanity, and help humanity. So take this message today. May it touch your heart. May it empower you. May it enlighten you. May it spark something in you to change. Go out, pull someone in the boat, throw a buoy in, whatever it is. I promise you that your unique power is going to change the world the way it's supposed to, the way you were designed for the intention of coming to this earth at this exact time, just as you are. So share this with others. I want my podcast to help others. So if you'd be so kind to like, subscribe, share, and know that I'm here with you every day. You can find me at The Best of Yvonne on Instagram, or thebestofyvonne.com is my website. And you know, my book is chock full of all of this. And there's going to be many more books to come because I do believe this is my life's purpose. I do believe this is my unique power, is having a voice. And I'm going to share all the things about my life, some extremely embarrassing. But again, I believe I went through those things so that I could share them with the world, so that I could say to my sis, girl, I've been there. Girl, I know what you're going through. Girl, it freaking sucks, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So stay tuned because our next episode, which is right after this, episode 6, we're going to talk about building resilience. When you've weathered the storm, we're not going to break and crack. We're not going to fall down and not get up. So come back to episode 6 where we talk all things resilience. Until next time, your bestie. I love you all. See you at the Best of Yvonne podcast.